can feel it down in my plums. When I hear a sound, a rap at the door, my young son Gabriel walks in.
Welcome back to Let the Boys Watch,
My wife
an
said,
entertainment
"No, can't
podcast
believe it." I said,
brought to you by
"No,
Going
let the
Gray
boy
Productions.
watch.
I'm one of your hosts. My name is Robbie, and as far as back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a podcaster. On this week's episode, it was Robert De Niro week, and the winner of Robert De Niro week was the 1990 true crime drama Goodfellas. Goodfellas is written by Martin Scorsese and Nicholas Pileggi, which is based off Pileggi's book Wiseguy. Goodfellas is directed by Martin Scorsese. Goodfellas stars Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, Ray Liotta, Lorraine Bracco, and Paul Sorvino. And alongside me is the cuz, Hud, as we used to call him back in the day, Spit Shine Benny. And let me tell you something right now. The boy can make your shoes look like mirrors. Cuz, how we feeling?
Yeah, well, I don't shine shoes no more. So why don't you move on to the next person?
I'm just breaking your balls. Breaking your balls.
sometimes you say it and it doesn't sound like you break the balls. Okay, so just move on.
Jimmy, come on. And alongside the cuz and myself is Ryan 2 times. And they call him that because not only will he interrupt you 1 time, he will also interrupt you a
I'm
second
gonna go
time.
get the papers.
Ryan, how are we feeling?
Doing pretty good. How you feeling?
Good. Excited.
Yeah,
Let's talk about this movie. So I'm excited.
yeah. Let's do it. I'm excited. Friday's coming up. Friday's, for the wives, right? Or was Fridays for the girlfriends? I forgot.
Saturdays
Friday-
was for the wives.
Yeah.
Damn it. Either way, we're going to the Copa table up front.
Right to the kitchen.
Right through the kitchen. Like Robbie said, this is Let the Boys Watch, and we typically watch movies that one or all of us haven't seen. We usually come up with some kind of a theme, like Robert De Niro week, and we'll put it up for a vote, like we did this past Friday on our Instagram. So if you want to get involved in watching our story and not voting, then please follow us on Instagram. If you'd also like to not send us an email, please do that at ltbwpodcast@gmail.com. No? Yes? Yes. 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 And if you'd like to follow us on whatever this is, please, Benny, tell them about it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not going to write us an email, if you're not going to vote in the story, the least you could do is not follow us on YouTube. You can not find us at Let the Boys Watch. You can not click the bell and not click subscribe so you don't know when we release a new video. And every time we do, it won't show up on your home screen. And if you don't know what Ryan said, you can also see the email and the Instagram handle on the screen on the YouTube page if you decide not to go there. Yeah, so don't follow us on YouTube. Whatever you do, we don't care. Just do whatever you want.
Do whatever you
Yes,
want.
really.
Cass. Bunch of schnooks. So yeah, Goodfellas was the winner. I think have we all seen Goodfellas, or Benny, have you? No? Okay. So sometimes we watch a movie we've all seen, and that's fine because it's our show. We'll do what we want. But we'll get to a couple segments. Favorite characters, least favorite scenes, least favorite. We'll play a couple games, although one game might still be canceled. We'll find out. I don't know. We'll see. But before we do that, we always do our overall impressions and plum scores. And even before that, we usually talk about what we were thinking about going into this film. But since we've always all seen it, let's just do overall impressions. Anyone want to start?
Robbie was most excited about this one, so I want to hear what he has to say.
Please.
Oh God. Me? Yes. I was excited to see the movie. Like I said a couple weeks ago, this was in the running for my birthday pick. But I figured, a lot of people have already seen this a bunch of times. So I would have, picked Wolf of Wall Street instead. But anyway, this is definitely my favorite Scorsese movie. I've seen a lot of them. I think this is his best. I think this is his apex in his prime, Scorsese. Nobody can do serious, horrible, terrible human beings, but also make you laugh with them, like Scorsese. He just finds something. I don't know what it's. Maybe it's the screenplay, the source material, but it's just a fantastic movie. I've probably seen this 20 plus times already. It gets better each time I watch it. Uh, I didn't appreciate some scenes in my previous viewings, and I kind of appreciate them now. The helicopter scene I didn't really like in previous viewings, but I understand it more now, and it's just phenomenal. Just the way it kind of ends that movie. It's just, I don't know, from start to finish with this movie, it's just full go. I mean, yeah, you maybe get a little slow part in the beginning with young Henry, but that's even a great little scene as well. So I don't know. I was just excited. This is like I said, my favorite Scorsese movie. I love this movie. The performances are out of this world. The music, fantastic. I mean, anytime you got a little George Harrison, anybody else, please, Cream, whatever, Eric Clapton, go fuck yourself. But other than that, I mean, I can't dock any points because of that. It's just De Niro at his absolute peak. I mean, the best. Pesci, out of this world. Liotta, I mean, one and done. But what can you do? Bit characters are fantastic in this movie. The writing is exceptional. The editing is out of this world. The pacing is great. It's just 100% in my Mount Rushmore favorite movies of all time. I love this movie. It's one of a kind, and it feels like I said, I watched The Godfather 1 and 2 a couple weeks ago, and it holds up, but you could definitely feel like it's an old movie. This is like almost 40 years old, and it feels like it could have come out 3 weeks ago. So love it, excited. I love it, and I was excited, and I'm still excited. Check my plums; they're rising.
Um, yeah, I mean, I agree pretty much with what you said. It is definitely one of my favorite Scorsese movies. I think I might like Casino a little better than this one, though, to be honest. And maybe we'll get to watch Casino soon. I don't know. Maybe we'll do it next week. Who gives a shit? Sounds like
Never seen
Robbie's
it. Never seen it.
on a get. Oh, you've seen it?
No, I never seen it.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it sounds like you watching Godfather, Goodfellas. Was it Gangster season?
It would be, yeah, exactly, and the cuz
Well,
better be careful what he wishes for because he might get shanked in the back of the skull like Big
oh,
Maury.
I might do something to your car. I mean, and that's a casino reference, so
Have
be
you
on the
seen
lookout.
Casino?
I have. I
Okay.
have.
All right. Fair. Um, but yeah, I mean, overall, this fantastic film. I definitely have not seen it as many times as you. I would say I probably have seen this like 3 times, something like that, which is kind of odd because I watch movies all the time, and this is such a good one that I'm surprised at myself. Like, I think before this week, I hadn't seen it 10 years maybe, that something like that.
Mhm.
It's been a while. But I mean, I agree with a lot of what you said. De Niro's apex, Pesci apex. Everyone, Liotta, love him. I loved him since I was too young to see No Escape, I think it was called. And that was a weird ass movie, but it was awesome. And then I saw that before I even saw this. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. It's a wonderful movie. I agree with you with the helicopter scene. That the first few times I watched it, I was like, and the last like act, I'm kind of like, with. But watching it this time, I enjoyed the whole thing. It flew by, even though it's like 2.5 hours was like this. Um, so yeah, I'm looking forward to talking about it.
Yes, so I didn't want to watch this movie. I've seen it a few times. I don't love the whole Italian American trope stereotype thing. It kind of bothers me. I don't know why. I think it's because we've seen it so much. It's part of the reason why I never watched The Sopranos. I think we just grew up with a lot of people who kind of made it their whole identity when they were from the suburbs of Long Island. So it just kind of, I don't know, the whole, oh, you don't say prosciutto right, you don't say mozzarella right. It just always is just like, all right, man, we get it. Your parents are from Italy. Like, we get it. You're from the old country. So I don't know. I always have that stigma around like this movie, Godfather. Again, not reason I didn't watch Sopranos. So even though this was inevitable, it was going to be a blowout. I was like, I don't want to watch it. Um, and plus, I think Wolf of Wall Street kind of snapped a little something in me with Scorsese, where I'm like, do I like Scorsese as much as everybody else does? Because I kind of feel like a lot of his movies everything's all over the place all the time. And like, yeah, it's a fun story, but like you're going a mile a minute, and it's not just like one Scorsese movie like that's like that. It kind of seems like that's how every movie that he makes is. I mean, so do a lot of directors, but I don't know, maybe I just notice it in his movies because they're super long and they're kind of, like I said, all over the place. There always seems like there's things to be that could be cut. Um, that being said, once I got going in this movie and you're in it, you're like, okay, yeah, I remember why I watched this movie. I remember why I liked it. So I enjoyed my time watching this movie. I did kind of feel like maybe it, once the drug dealing starts in this movie, like it's based on a true story, so this needed to be in there, but it just kind of feels like it starts out of nowhere, and that's what ends up being his downfall, and it just happens so quick that it's a little unsatisfying. But if that's how it happened, that's how it happened. Um, it really sounds like after I'm saying all these things, that I didn't like this movie, but I did. I really enjoy it, and and you could tell why it's one of the, it's always talked about, and it's a lot of people's favorite movie. So putting aside all the personal feelings I have around the quote unquote culture of this movie, I mean, how could you not say it's not one of the best movies of at least the 90s and of the genre? So once I got going with this movie, it was like you said, it went by fast. It was really good. The acting performances incredible. Pesci, De Niro. I mean, we're going to say these names 1,000 times in this episode. So I don't know. Maybe that says something more for the movie that I went in with all those feelings, and it still ended where I was like, I really enjoyed my time, and I'm glad that we watched it. So a little overpriced, like Scorsese, with my opinions here, but at the end of the day, it was an enjoyable watch.
Hey,
I
can I
I
ask a question? Can I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah. All right.
Who hurt you? Really, who hurt you?
I remember getting pushed through a bush,
by an
late
Italian.
Open
90s.
up to me.
Yeah.
Open up to me.
Late 90s. Late 90s. I got pushed through a bush by one of these gangsters.
By a fake Italian who never had a mortadella sandwich until a couple weeks ago.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. The people in our family, like, yeah, they have that Brooklyn accent, but there's so many people that like, I don't know, man. They just go too far with like thinking that they're Tony Soprano, and it's just annoying to me. I don't know. That's just me. That's
No,
me. That's me putting my stuff on this movie.
I still think you definitely need to watch The Sopranos. I mean, that's a
I want
must.
to. I want to.
It's
I want to.
it's not, you know, it's not nothing like that. It's great. But yeah, no, I get it. I don't know if you could tell by, my features, but I'm definitely 100% Italian, I think. Thank goodness. But
I was thinking
it
Ryan this
did,
whole time, like this guy's FBI, man. He's probably sitting there loving this movie.
yeah.
I had my tank top on. I
You
had the little
Chains.
chain with the chili pepper on it, pinky ring, tracksuit over that. Was loving
The whole time I was like this. I had the Malloys like this because I don't want anybody jinxing me.
it.
But no, yeah, again, people that go a little bit overboard with their Italian is annoying. But hey, they love it. They got the prosciutto and the gabagool and the whatever. But it is what it is. I get it. I understand. It is annoying.
God bless him, is what I say. God bless.
God bless. God bless.
I think if we want to replace one of our games later, I think I came up with a new game just as Ben was talking. So we'll see. We'll see how we feel later. Um, I don't disagree with some of your points. Like Scorsese definitely like Wolf of Wall Street, like this one, some of his other movies, Casino I mentioned before. I feel like I'm not smart enough to be like, this should be cut, this should be shortened, whatever. I feel like a lot of his movies are definitely like a little too long in the tooth, as they say. It's just there's a lot that's there and then all of a sudden, like I'll get to it later, one of my scenes, but like it almost like stuff comes out of nowhere, and you're just like, all right, all right. I mean, if this is based on real life, that's very possible. That's what happened. But I agree with you there on all of his movies. I feel like could be edited a little more, but the stuff that he leaves in is still good. Like it's not like it's like shitty or like doesn't make sense or anything. It's just like, dude, we need this? Like, no, but it gives this character a little more depth. I guess it makes sense. I don't know. And that's why I don't say anything, because I'm not smart enough to say what it should be.
I think that Killers of the Flower Moon broke me with Scorsese because it was so long and there was so much stuff in it that like I just feel like went nowhere, or was just like, okay, I get it. This person sucks. This person, is good. And I don't know. I didn't hate it, but I was just not. I'm if I would have watched The Irishman at some point, this would have been a whole different podcast because I probably would have been off the deep end with how I feel about Scorsese. But no, like I said, it's a love-hate relationship I feel like I have with him as a director. And you know what I feel like too? I don't know shit about movies. I don't watch a lot of movies, and now I'm watching a lot. I'm watching at least one every week now, and I'm starting to develop, I feel like, my tastes and what I like, and I'm starting to notice things. And I feel like I'm that person in the room that knows just enough to talk shit, but doesn't really know what they're talking about. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, please take my opinion as that. It's like I'm just starting to kind of understand maybe a little bit more about movies than I did previously.
Yeah. Smart enough to have an opinion, but not smart
Yeah.
enough if someone presses you on it. Like, well,
Yeah.
why? You're just like, I don't know. That's just how I feel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's an opinion, man.
Just deflect, and blame somebody else.
That's
Yeah.
right.
But I didn't know that I was going to come on here at 8:15 at night and this be just a Scorsese slander podcast. I think you two should, after this is over, start your own Scorsese slander podcast.
Please. I mean,
Unbelievable.
She's the amount of content he's put out. The guy's put out about 55 hours of content in 3 movies.
Listen, I have to rewatch The Irishman again. I watched it once. It was in Thanksgiving weekend. I think I was a little groggy, a little tryptophan. I got to watch it again. Even though the De Niro kicking scene took me out of the movie, but I don't know. I got to give it a watch. I haven't watched Kills yet, so we'll see. But I don't know if I'm really into 3.5 hour movies anymore. Except for my birthday pick, which is 3 hours.
It's a lot, but again, and that's what I feel like with Scorsese movies is, like Brian said, it's good stuff, but it's just like I feel like he's like not to use a wrestling term, but he's just trying to get his shit in. Like he's trying to hit all his like high spots in the movies, like the things that he likes, and he wants to just cram all this stuff in, and sometimes it doesn't really benefit the narrative of the movie. But it's good, and you watch it and you're like, yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
Do another moonsault. I love that.
Yeah. Well, I'm just getting a little word in from the Christopher Columbus organization, and they revoked your Italian heritage lineage by 25%. So Benny, you're at 75%. Now, Ryan, please, what
Oh
were
my
you
God.
at? 3%?
I think I'm at -12.
So Benny, you can only have 2 meatballs for your dinner on Sunday.
Oh my God, I gotta go throw the gabagool out of the fridge.
Unbelievable.
I can't have coffee after every meal now.
No, you can't have this. When espressos, you're off the espressos until 4th of July.
It's your
You're
punishment.
banned. Cappuccinos, forget it. For the new
Oh,
year,
no.
2026.
Forget about it, as they say.
You can't say that anymore.
Oh, sorry.
Forget about it.
Never mind.
Never mind. Oh, excuse me. All right. Should we get into some scores and some segments? Who wants to go first with this score?
I can go. I can go. I mean,
ahead.
I'm not going anything lower than a 10. 10 is a 10, and a 10 is a 10. This movie's a 10 to me. This movie is violent with probably some of the most despicable characters that were ever on the big screen. And this movie has some of the all-time great scenes in it. I quote this stuff all the time. I laugh I couldn't tell him. I'm like, am I fucked up in the skull? A, yes, that's yes, 100%. B, yes, and C, yes. I'm laughing at this, and I'm like, these people are crazy lunatics. Why am I laughing at this? Some of the stuff is funny, but the banter between Pesci and I don't know, the perm guy, Frankie Carbone, I guess his real name is in real life, with some of those scenes that just playing up each other. Pesci is hilarious. De Niro's hilarious. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I quote drinks around the house. I mean, please forget about a 10. It's a 10, and it's nothing less than a 10. I love this movie.
Yeah.
Ryan?
I mean, my alleged slander aside, this is a fantastic film for me. Um, it's not a perfect film for me, but I totally get why um, Robbie or anyone would say that this is a 10. But I'm close. 9.6. I'm right up there. I really like this movie. Um, I think there's a couple that I like better, a couple of like gangster movies that I like better. But not many, like one or two. So
What's that? Angels with Even Filthier Souls?
yes. I thought you were gonna say Angels in the Outfield. No, I said, yeah, I like that
No.
better than this.
Danza, please. This movie's missing Danza.
Oh, the
Every
Dan's
movie's
at
missing
35.
Danza. Come on.
New segment?
Has Danza ever been in like a serious role, like he plays like a fucked up character? Because I feel like that could really resurrect his career, a la John Travolta.
Bring him back.
Danza,
Get
if
him on the
you,
pod.
yeah, Danza, I know you're watching. Come on the show. Tell us about it.
The original Mr. Mom,
What was the
please.
sitcom he was into?
Who's the
The
boss?
boss.
Who's the
Come
boss,
on.
please? Who's the mob boss?
Oh, please. With Tony Danza.
Who's the capo?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, alleged slander aside, I mean, there's no going lower than a 9 on this movie, so I'm gonna go 9.2. Um, again, to turn me from dreading watching, not dreading, but just not wanting to watch this movie to, being happy I did at the end. And like I said, it's just iconic. Um, one of the best of the genres. This is it's hard for me not to take all of the Scorsese feelings I have about his, I guess, later works and put it on this because this is probably his top moment. I know there's a lot of movies that don't get a lot of shine from him that some people really enjoy. I haven't seen them yet, but as far as I'm concerned, like this is his number one. So yeah, I'll go 9.2. All the negative things aside, still a fantastic film.
All right. Good scores. Robbie, were you thinking we were going lower than that?
No, I don't want to, constantly pile on because, it looks, I don't want to pile on him. I would throw, a little jab at Sing Sing being higher than this, but, hand up, that's not me.
Different
I
movie,
don't do
different
things like
movie.
that. I don't do things like that, but I don't do things like that.
Listen, don't make me open the spreadsheet with your scores, please. Please.
They are embarrassing. They're embarrassing. What can you do?
We're embarrassing
Insult.
guys. What are we gonna do?
No, no, no. You insult them a little bit. You insult them a little bit.
A little bit.
Um, got a little bit. Listen, after watching this again, I don't know if the Irishman kicks are that bad because
He
that
bad kicks in
scene,
this one too.
those kicks were not great.
What
He probably just
it,
reused that footage.
Yeah.
that was the greatest cinema kicks in history. His face while he's kicking.
I gotta see these Irishmen kick at some point.
No,
Yeah.
please don't. Please don't. The worst ever. It took me out of the movie.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. But the movie's pretty good. I liked it.
I gotta watch it again.
Yeah. Um, you guys want to do characters or segments first? I mean, or scenes first?
Oof. Tough. This is tough because both iconic scenes and iconic characters.
Yeah.
I don't know. Mr. 10, what
We
do you want to
go
give it?
we can go characters first.
All right. Let's start with favorite characters because even though, like you guys said, these characters are despicable, they're easy to love. Robbie, would you like to start, or does anyone want to start? But
I'm gonna pass it off to Divine G if Divine G wants to go first.
Divine B.
Yes, I will. I will go first. Let me just pull up so I have the name because I see. I was gonna go. I was expecting that I was gonna be one of the last ones in this one, so I'm gonna go off the board here a little bit and go with Paul Sorvino as Paul Cicero. I liked his character. I like it. It didn't really lean into the heavy mob boss, like you whacked, you're whacked. Now, oh, how dare you talk to me like that? He was just super low key. He's
What's
super
that?
low.
You whacked.
Say it again, and you're gonna get whacked.
They get whacked.
Um, no, he's got a code. He's got the system in place. I loved all like the little intricacies of no one's really allowed to talk to him. He doesn't talk on the phone. He's got the guy that just literally comes to his house to tell him who called and if he wants to call him back or not. Um, I loved him cutting the garlic with the razor. I mean, forget about it, as they say. Um, no, and I like at the end, he doesn't, even though Ray so blatantly lied to him, or Henry so blatantly lied to him, he still had a soft spot in him, for being with him after all these years, even though it came back and bit him in the ass at the end of the movie. I don't know. I just thought he was, as little as he said, he was like they found a way to put a human spin on the guy that was probably the most despicable out of everyone.
Yeah, no, I like him a lot. Like you're right, he doesn't talk that much. You don't learn that much about him, but for some reason, if you take all the evil away, he just seems like he'd be like a very calming, enjoyable person to spend time with.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's see. All right, everybody, let's see. Time to eat. Beautiful, fresh bread.
You got wine? Oh, we could eat now. Now we
We
could
could
eat.
eat.
Bring over the white.
Those guys in jail were eating better than I eat, and I'm a free
Yeah.
person.
I love how they're like, oh, we got to go on a diet.
Yeah. Oh man. Um, Robbie, would you like me to go? Would you like to back clean up here, even though it's third?
I can go. I'll go. Robert De Niro as Jimmy Conway. It was just between. It's really was just. I mean, even though Liotta's out of this world in this movie, really out of this fucking world in this movie. But I have to go. It was either him or Pesci, and I have to go with De Niro. He does some of the greatest acting I've ever seen in my life in this movie. He's hilarious. He's absolutely evil. He's a paranoid lunatic. I mean, please, again, I already told you with the drinks around the house is one of my favorite movie scenes of all time. The slow cigarette pull is up there with one of the most iconic shots of all time. The way he did it is fantastic. His ketchup, even though I hate ketchup, the way he gets the ketchup out of the bottle is phenomenal. I mean, if you just read up on the things that he did, it almost I think this movie like basically drove him insane. Just how attention to detail he was. I think I read up that he would call like Henry Hill nonstop to just figure out what this guy would do, the little things he would do, the way he would smoke a cigarette, the way he would even do his ketchup bottle because he did love ketchup. Um, but it's just an embarrassment to the Academy Awards and the Oscars for him not even being nominated for this movie. It's a travesty. It's just a phenomenal performance. I mean, he goes from 0 to 60. He's menacing. He's scary. You feel for him, even though they're psycho lunatics. When he finds out that Tommy does die, that's a great scene in the phone booth. And then he just goes up the deep end. I mean, I'm not going to go through all these scenes because I'll do it in my favorite scene, but just him after the Lufthansa heist and just how paranoid he is, you could just see. I mean, it's I can't say enough because it is one of the greatest performances of all time. It really is. So, yeah, De Niro, Jimmy Conway, phenomenal.
Yeah, I was saying I was leaning more towards him for a lot of the reasons you said, but I also just loved like the range of character he portrayed in this, like like you said, just absolutely despicable, but also like se semi decent person in some ways. quiet, loud, like when like towards the end of the movie when I don't know, something about him with when he's got the glasses and he's like, I don't know, it's like old man De Niro, like, hey, grandpa, like, let's
Yeah,
hang
no,
out.
no.
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh,
over
the
there.
corner.
No, no. Yeah, over
I wonder if they didn't nominate him because had Pesci in supporting actor, and he was nominated for De Niro wasn't nominated for Best Actor for Awakenings. So I wonder if they just left him off because they're like, yeah,
Maybe.
well, the movie got its recognition, and he's up for Best Actor. So, but stupid if that's the case.
Yeah.
Some would say, Stu not.
Oh,
Some would say I'm not allowed to say that anymore, but some
You
would
yeah.
say.
can't. You can't. You can't. You can't even come back on the island no more. You can't even come to Long Island no more. Please
I
forget
know.
about it. We don't
I know.
want you here.
Strong Island, some would say.
Place School of Hard Knocks.
Yeah. It's real tough around these spots. Um, but like you said, Robbie, it's kind of for me the same. It was between two guys, and if you picked the other guy, I would have picked the other guy. But I got to go Pesci as Tommy. Um, just he he's so good as a fucking psychopath. It's crazy that he could just go from zero to a million like this. Like when Billy Batts is breaking his balls. Like, if you never saw this movie, like, A, that scene is amazing. But A, if you never saw this movie, like, he's dead. Like, in 4 seconds, you're like, when he says to him, keep him here, he's coming back to kill him.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
no end to this other than he's dead. And I just love how he does that. Just fantastic portrayal of this character. Um, some of the maybe we'll talk about it in scenes, but some of the funniest but most despicable scenes with this guy, like with Spider, like what an absolute piece of shit, but amazing, amazing. And why don't you go
What
fuck
is-
yourself, Tommy? Oh, oh.
I love when he shoots him and De Niro looks like, what are you, some kind of sick fucking maniac?
It's a joke. It's a joke.
That was a good shot, he says.
Yeah, he's like standing right there. Anyone could have got him. Oh my God. So funny. So good. But yeah, I mean, he won for supporting actor, absolutely deserved. Loved the acceptance speech. Um, I don't know. It's hard to say much else. But just fantastic in this.
Eh, Again, like even with him, just phenomenal as a scary bad guy. But then the range he has from like going to this to My Cousin Vinny to Home Alone.
Right.
So it's fantastic.
Yeah. Pesci is up there. Pesci might be on my Mount Rushmore of actors. I love Joe Pesci.
He's fantastic.
Pretty
Yeah.
good. He's pretty good.
A little bit.
If I ever see him in real life, I just want to break his balls just a little bit. I've been gone a
Oh,
while. Break his balls a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
you better hope you're wearing Kevlar.
Oh, shine some more, Billy.
Adi mentions I'd like to put an olive branch out to the Scorsese family and pick Catherine
Oh,
Scorsese
that was
as as Tommy's mother. I mean, come on, like
He was good.
let me come back into the I'm a full-blooded Italian family here by saying I'm a grandma's boy, and it just gave me the vibes of a grandmother. You know, as soon as they walk in, she was not letting them leave without a fucking 7 course meal, and they had nothing to do but actually sit down and eat. There was no telling her no. She was fantastic. I loved her, and she gave me warm feelings.
yeah. I mean, we'll get to that scene, but she was fantastic in this movie. Really, she was so good. Again, being Italian, Ryan, you could attest to this as well. You come, that's happened probably 60 times. I mean, I'm exaggerating a little bit. That's happened so many times with me, friends, family, my mother. my grandmother, she'll make you want to eat, and then she'll make fun of you for eating so much. So you get those things. So that's what it is. That's it. Just reminds me of that, and it's like you don't. I don't know how many people ever really got that, but it's such a fun joy to be around. Especially these guys came back from stabbing somebody to death. He's got him in the trunk, and it's 3 o'clock in the morning. She's whipping up freaking spaghetti, fettuccine and veal. So I mean, it's fantastic.
Crazy. What's the most crazy about that scene is that someone had ketchup on the table. Come
I
on.
know,
Come on.
but
He
maybe
was an
that
Irishman.
that's
That
He's
is
true.
true.
Irish.
We do like ketchup. Um, I mean, I gotta, Ray Liotta, Henry Hill, fantastic in this. I think maybe we'll talk about it later with the scenes, but for a while, the last act kind of took me, not took me out, but like made me kind of dislike him a little. Not dislike him, but like I didn't love his character as much as I did, you know, Pesci or De Niro, but portrayed it fantastic. Paranoid drug user. The only thing that bothered me about him was sometimes his laugh was came off
Oh my
a little
God.
forced. I'm like, all right, chill out, dude.
Yeah, the clown scene, his laugh annoys the shit out of me.
Oh, hate it.
Hate it. Um, Whatever. He was good though. Let me get where is it? Where is it? Let me get Chuck Lowe as Maury Kessler. I mean, forget about it.
So good.
Maury's wigs. What a commercial. I mean, please, I wish I played that for real. I mean, nobody goes back into the pool like Maury. Please forget about it. The wigs withstand hurricanes, gale force winds. Doesn't matter what is it, blizzard, avalanche. Maury's hair's going nowhere. Um, it's a shame he met his untimely demise, but don't be an annoying bastard. Just wait. Don't don't test Jimmy Conway. Just let him be. Let him be. He's a ticking time bomb. I get you wanted to be paid, but I love Maury in this movie. I feel so bad when he dies, but he is an annoying bastard. But nobody makes wigs like Maury, and they don't make wigs like Maury anymore. So rest in peace.
Rest in power.
Yeah, good choice. He was very good in this. Um, I mean, a couple of the smaller characters, but I don't know if we need to. I need to call them out.
We can go to Lorraine Bracco, right? We can go with her. We didn't mention her. She was good. She could have been very annoying. I didn't like her in Sopranos. I don't know why, but she was good in this movie.
Yeah, I agree. For me, she straddles the line of favorite and least favorite. Like she's definitely annoying, and then there's definitely parts that I'm like, what are you doing? But like she does a lot of this very well. So like she leans into favorite sometimes. So maybe that's I don't know, indicative of being a good actress, I guess.
So they say.
So they say. Um, I just want to call out Tuddy just because I love the name. That's it.
Teddy's a good name.
Yeah. Um, all right.
Cuddy and hold on, what was the other one?
Oh,
I forget his first name.
Sonny Buns.
It's not Sonny Buns. I think it was Mikey the Wop. Another great name, Frankie the Wop. Shout out. I could say that, Ryan. You can't.
I don't know if you can say any more.
That's actually right.
I think currently I'm more Italian than you.
I thought you were -12 now.
Ah, come on.
You're back.
Benny, can you get a whatchamacallit on everybody's screen when you edit? Can you get like a meter and just be an
Yeah.
Italian meter?
Yeah, this
Throughout the
episode will be
entire
out.
episode.
This episode will be out 2027.
Yeah. Um, that would be funny. As the episode's going on, it's like fluctuating. All right, least favorite characters.
Oh, I want to just get. I just want to get a
Oh,
quick shout out. One of my favorite characters is Mo Black's brother, Fat Andy. I wish we got more shine for Fat Andy, but you know, quick scene with Fat Andy.
it's true. Any other Ani Manches. All right. Now now that Fat Andy's been called out, we could do least favorite
Boy.
characters. I think Robbie, you went. No, I went last, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, least favorite character. I mean, I gotta give it to what's her name? Oh, the worst, Lois. Lois Bird with a stupid hat. Just so
For the
annoying.
for the birds.
For the
Who was
bird,
that?
she's for the birds.
She is for
The
the birds.
the babysitter that was his like
Oh,
mule to Pittsburgh. I won't fly with. So I got to go to East Rockaway to get your hat, or the Rockaways, I think he says. Um, I don't know. She just felt out of place, and maybe that was on purpose, but wasn't a huge fan. It was tough. The least favorite is, I think, tough in this film because even the people, like I just said, for me, um, like even if you're annoying, I guess it's hard to say your least favorite character or I don't like your character because that's what you're supposed to be doing. Like, um, what's her name? Karen is supposed to be like that, and she does it awesome. It's just it doesn't mean it's not annoying to the viewer, to me.
man.
I need to talk to the super.
You got a whore living here.
You got a whore living here. That was, oh man, that was cringy. I
That's
mean,
what I
I
say
get
when
it.
I try to buzz into Benny's and he doesn't let me in.
There's a whore on 4F.
Was that
I want to talk to the
S's and
super.
stamp?
I want to talk to the
F is in
super.
Frankie the Wop.
F is in fuck, baby. It's in Queens. Uh, didn't know I'd make a Jerky Boys reference, but here we are. Next.
Please give me John Williams as Johnny Roast Beef. Um, Unbelievable. Stu Nod, an idiot. How dare he show up to the bar in a pink Cadillac? I mean, just to call attention to yourself. I mean, you're asking for trouble. And then, you just keep, I don't care if it was a wedding gift. Shut
His
up.
wife's car,
Just,
Robbie.
yeah. Well, Jimmy's about to go bananas. I mean, it's Christmas time. He's got the Ronettes playing Frosty the Snowman. And, just leave. Don't show up with the pink Cadillac. You're not Prince. Get out of there. And so Johnny Roast Beef, you made a fatal move, and you wind up paying for it.
Good name, though.
Oh, please! I wish my name was Johnny Roast Beef.
I will do it. I will go Lorraine Bracco as Karen Hill. I went into this thinking I hated her a lot more than I actually ended up doing on this view. Like I actually kind of saw, like I thought she was full blown like busting Henry's balls, and I was like, but she knew what she got into. But on this view, like definitely, like yeah, she knew what she got into, and she was definitely down with it. Um, but yeah, little bit of a psycho for me. It's hard for me to pick a least favorite in this. I mean, who am I going to pick? Someone that had two lines. There really wasn't anybody that stuck out to me. So, I mean, just by default, like her character's supposed to be annoying, so it's not her and it's not her performance, it's the character. So, same reason I picked Cicero. It's the character, it's not necessarily the person.
You know what bothered me the most about her was when they start doing get in when they start towards the end when they start getting really heavy into the coke game. She's just all about it. She's just like needs a taste and like all this stuff. Like I'm like, where did this come from? All of a sudden you're breaking his balls for years, and all of a sudden now you're skiing. Okay, I guess you like that.
Well, I mean, Henry, he kept his promise, so she's probably back in her good graces. He stopped seeing the other one, so
Plus, my God, get some better interior design taste, lady.
it's the '80s,
Embarrassment.
babe. It's the '80s.
70s.
Late
Oh,
70s.
1980 was the end, right?
Yeah. Any Ani mentions for least favorite character?
Oh, I'll just piggyback right off of Benny with what's her name? Who is she? Who is she? Susan Shepard, Karen's mother. I mean, imagine that. Imagine that coming home to that
I
after you just
love
got
it.
back from after you just got back from the bamboo lounge, probably getting a couple of Rudy Tooties and fresh and fruities. Like I gotta answer to you now, Ma, too. Take a hike, please.
Yeah, get out of here.
His response was perfect. No notes, 10 out of 10. He just starts laughing and walks away.
And then Pesci's there egging him on.
Where you
Henry.
been?
But also, I mean, you got all that cash and you live in, I can't talk, but you got all that cash and you live with, your in-laws.
Keeping that low pro. Keeping that low pro.
True. True. Oh, I got an honorary mention. Sorry, another honorary mention. The guy who, let me see, what did he do? Oh, the guy who yelled, "Don't shoot." He was very annoying when, what do you want, fucko? I gotta start using the word fucko now. I mean, more in my life. It's a good one.
It's a good one. All right. Any other honorary mentions for characters?
No, not a lot.
He
Everything else
doesn't
is stupid.
he doesn't fit into favorite or least, but I do want to mention again Spider. Just I don't
Oh,
know.
please.
Fantastic.
My favorite character in The Sopranos. Christopher, one of the best.
Mm. All right. Scenes. Let's start with least favorite because I think we're gonna have a lot more favorites to talk about. Does anyone want to go first for least favorite?
I'll go first for least favorite. And it's quick. You guys mentioned it before, but it's not the whole scene, but the clown scene. It's Ray Liotta's fake laugh. It just grinded my gears so much. In a scene where there's so much good stuff, we couldn't have. Again, this is one of those things where Scorsese couldn't just go, "Hey, I know we do 50 million takes. Take it back a little bit with the fake laughs. Like, can you at least pretend these are real laughs?" So it's always that for me when it comes to this movie.
There. It's good. It's a good choice. Um, I'll go. I think I will. Someone mentioned it, and I like it more than I used to. It used to like I almost would come close to like turning the movie off. But a lot of the like the with the helicopter, like that scene when he's running around, he's cooking. I don't know. I don't hate it, but it's my least favorite of part of the movie. Um, it's just I get it, like that's what happened. They got to show it, but it just felt like I don't know. It's hard to describe. Not rushed, but just like it's a little too fragmented and frazzled, and it was just like, all right, like chill.
We get it. You're busy.
Yeah, you're busy. You gotta cook, you gotta go to the store, you gotta drop off the guns. Jimmy doesn't want the guns, so you gotta bring him to your Pittsburgh Connect. You got your wife with you. She wants to do blow. All right, fantastic. Helicopter, let's go to your mom's house. Let's come back out of your mom's house.
But hey, this is why we call it least favorite scenes and not most hated scenes. So you're okay in my book.
Thank you. Thank you. Your
You're not
Italian
okay in
meter
my
just
book.
went up a
You're
little
not,
just now. Sorry, Robbie, what?
oh, so you're not okay in my book. I wasn't a fan of this stuff back in the day, but I kind of understand it now. But whatever. Let's end the podcast soon because Benny Scorsese slant is really starting to fucking get grind my gears. Grind my gears.
I agree, like agree with you. I like it more now, but it's still my least favorite
It
of the
doesn't.
mo in the movie.
It was the worst part of the movie for me for a long time.
Now, what is your worst part of the movie for you?
Nothing. I'm not gonna even do anything. I can go with Spider Dine, yeah, but I'm going nothing.
When the
This
Love it.
movie's very good for me. I don't have a
credits,
least favorite scene.
when the credits roll.
I wasn't a fan of I wasn't a fan of the ad scene with Pesci. I get it, I understand it, but I still don't like that when he's just shooting the gun and the thing. I know
Yeah.
it's an homage to an old movie, But I'll go with that. I'll go with Pesci just making a comeback after he got his brains blown out on that fantastic, fantastic tiled floor.
Yeah.
That mosaic? Was that a little mosaic?
A little bit could be.
I'll say it's funny. I planned to make my Ani Mensch the credits, but also the beginning credits with like the graphic of the. I don't know. It just felt like
The name came up twice.
yeah of the time, I guess. Whatever. Any other Ani Menches for least favorite?
Scorsese's taking a beat, and he's like who knows? Spanx getting beat up by Tyson on his podcast. Goodness gracious.
Ah, come on, we gave him scores in the nines. Come on, please.
I can't wait till August. I can't wait till August. The
What's
August
August?
podcast. And his birthday picks.
3.4.
Sick to my stomach.
Ben, you might have to purposefully pick a bad movie then.
I'm picking Let's Go to Prison with Will Arnett.
I was gonna say Dunstan checks in. Or one of the Airbuds.
Dennis the Menace.
I like Walter Matthau
Who doesn't? I'm pleased he's a saint.
best. All right. Well then, Robbie, even though you well, you gave us the least favorite, you still went last. So please go first with favorite scene.
Ah, man, it's a tough one. This is a tough one. I just have to do it because it's a phenomenal. It's the shine box scene. I mean, chalk, but what can you do? It's got just an all-time De Niro performance. His kicks are out of this world. He's just losing it. You got Pesci stabbing somebody, kicking him to death, and he's, just, turned into a little lunatic saying how sorry he was to dirty his floor. Um, and I don't know. It's got the, drinks are in the house. It's an all-time. I can't wait to say that next time I go out with somebody because it's a fantastic scene. But it's a classic. It's a classic. The Shine Box. I mean, these things are still said to this day. And De Niro's just A plus in his scene with you disrespect him a little bit and the kick in and everything like that. It's great. It's a short scene. I didn't realize how short it was, but it's one of my all-time favorite scenes in movie cinema history, directed by the God, the GOAT, Scorsese, one of the best to ever do it. Don't listen to the slander on this podcast. It's embarrassing.
That's fantastic pick. I There's a lot of choices here. I think it's my turn, right? I went second before. I think I have to pick chalk as well and go with the Copa scene the first time they're at the Copa, going through the kitchen, you know, the just so fantastic, just amazing because I think too this was a lot of people's introduction to not necessarily just like mafia life or criminal life, but like powerful people and their lives and like how they could do things like this, like go to a busy club, not wait online, just fucking walk in wherever. I think I mean the one take amazing, the narration on this during the scene and like, finding out just a little background about them, like just wonderful. It's such a good shot, such a good scene. It's, I mean, right up there in iconic scenes, in like you said, in cinema history. It's wonderful.
Give me the Jimmy going after everybody scene with Eric Clapton in the background. You got the pink Cadillac with Johnny Roastbeef and his wife. You got the perm hung up with next to the ham hocks. Uh, just amazing. It's just that song. I love that song. And as much as I hate Clapton, what a fantastic song, and the perfect use of it. So yeah, I love that. I love the whole Jimmy, getting revenge on everybody, and trying to, get his name as far away as possible from everything. So just a fantastic montage and nice send off to a lot of our B and C level favorite characters.
Yeah, good choice. Honey Manches.
Oh, I got one that goes the reverse of that, and it's the introduction of all the B and C level characters when he's explaining everybody who they
Yep.
are and their names, and you get the famous two times and all that stuff. That's just, I love that, the explanation of who everybody is in the crew.
What is that? What is one of the? Does the guy say "What's up, guy"
I
when they
think
go
so.
to?
Yeah.
That's my favorite guy. I don't know his name, but I love his little "What's up, guy."
Up guy.
I go get the papers. Get the papers.
I will go with the um kind of parlays off of the Shine box scene, but when they go back to Tommy's mom's house, um, that little dinner scene, I love it. I love it because uh Henry Hill kind of knows like, oh man, we this is bad news. This is we shouldn't have did this. And you see like these guys just killed somebody, and one of them is just taking the knife. He needs a knife. He's talking about hitting the deer with the hoof and the arm, and then he's got the looking at his mom's paint, thinking the two dogs. One's going east, one's going west, and the other guy's
This
saying,
guy
"What do you
doesn't give a
want from
fuck.
me?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you want from me? So I mean, that's iconic. That picture it hangs up in my uh barber shop. So that's fun. Every time I see that, have a good chuckle. But no, I mean, Mrs. Scorsese, Mama Scorsese is fantastic in that scene. She just oozes somebody's, lovable grandmother or mother. It's a great scene. They're all just laughing and joking, and they got a dead body in a semi-dead body in the trunk. It's just great. It's funny. And Pesci's great, and De Niro's fantastic. So another fantastic scene.
Why don't you settle down with a nice woman?
I
Just
do
so
every
that one
night.
every night.
His paw, his paw, his paw.
It's hoof, hoof.
Oh, also too. When De Niro looks at Scorsese's mom, he goes, "Delicious, delicious." I laugh every time because the way he delivers some of these lines in this movie is just fucking out of this. It's just ridiculous.
It
Yeah.
is. Yeah. I love the whole thing with the knife. I gotta borrow this knife. Okay. Do you think he brought it back to her? Gross. Covered in Billy Batts' blood.
No, 100% he didn't bring it back. And the next time he's there, you're like, what do you mean? I didn't take the knife.
Yeah.
I didn't
What are you
take the
talking about? I didn't take any knives. Why would I take your knife?
knife. I'm just gonna take a knife in my
Yeah.
car.
Who does that? Who would do that? I'll get you a
I,
new knife. How about that?
yeah, I got enough problems. I gotta drive around with a knife in my car.
Yeah, stop breaking my balls with about the knife.
I don't know. I must have misplaced it. I don't know. Who
Yeah, the
misplaces a
I
gaslighting.
knife?
The
tell you,
gaslighting in this movie is
you
fantastic.
spend too much time painting. You should be cleaning and put your knives away. You probably left it on the counter.
Yeah, how forgetful you are. Come on,
All
blame me.
right, but you,
I can't believe you blame me for the knife. How dare you?
you're right. You're right. Did you eat? Okay, sit
Make
down.
me a
I'll make you
sandwich.
some.
Make me a sandwich. Make me an eggplant palm sandwich.
And
Get the
it's just
broccoli robs.
all
Make me a broccoli rob sandwich.
yeah. It's already in the fridge. Like it's ready to go. You just got to put it together.
Yeah,
Just gotta heat it up.
Yeah.
she had two massive loaves of cut bread, just fresh, ready to go at 3 o'clock in the morning too.
Who doesn't?
Listen, I mean, in another world, that would end up in our where you going tonight, Frank Tahiti. But that is probably one of the most believable things in the movie.
It really is
True.
true.
It's very true.
Delicious, delicious.
Oh, fresh bread. Nice. Beautiful. Uh, um, shit, I just had something. Anyone else have Ani Mensch? I gotta think of mine again.
I said it. I'll say it again. It's the long pull slow motion sex scene where De Niro's like, I'm about to fucking rip Maury's head completely off his body. I got to kill Maury. Again with that. Um, I don't know who sings that song, but that little needle drop to that song with the slow motion, iconic, absolutely amazing. Who's doing that? Definitely not the director of Sing Sing. I'll tell you that right now. But but again, iconic. There's so many iconic scenes, so many things you could say, so many things people repeat. That's one of my favorite scenes because you're looking at a true fucking sociopathic lunatic, just losing it slowly in this movie. And that Sig, I mean, please, it made me want to go back, go to 7-Eleven, get a pack of Parliaments, get a pack of Marlboro Lights, and just start pulling cigs like De Niro in that scene.
I love that scene so much. Ani Mensch, I was the corner scene. You want a couple of dresses?
Oh, over, no, over there. No.
um, my Ani Mensch is the beating the shit out of uh the postman
Yeah.
with like he didn't get any more. I didn't get any more pieces of mail, and his mother had to go to the
To complain.
complain.
That was good. Um, it's so many. It's hard to pick.
And
Uh,
these are like all these scenes that like I'm picking or we're picking is like just people dying,
oh,
bad things
terrible.
happening. And it's just crazy how like now you turn your brain up, but like just how it's done. I don't know. Like,
And they're
again,
all
like
like, go ahead.
no, so go ahead.
They're all like 45 seconds. They're like the
Yeah,
short.
this short, like yeah, even like it's tough to see my man go down. But the spider scene is fantastic. It's
Fantastic.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Pesci is absolutely out of his mind in that scene. Um, like they're blaming him for him getting his bones completely shattered. Just go to the doctor. Get out of here. You're an
Yeah.
idiot. And then just shooting him at the end is again crazy, crazy people. What a sick fucking maniac are you? What kind of sick maniac are you?
Like all the other things he did, not a sick maniac. Shooting spider. What are you, a sick maniac?
Yeah. His again, I mean I know I'm stroking him this entire episode, but his reaction to when Spider tells, he said, "Why don't you go fuck yourself, Tommy?" And you go, that's what you do. He said, "You
Fantastic.
don't let anybody, I forgot what he says,
The
but
Yeah,
this
balls on
just
is
this
you
kid.
take this, take this.
Yeah, he gives him the tip.
don't you let anybody disrespect you like that."
And then he turns to Pesci. You gonna let him talk to you like that, though?
I
I
was
can't believe
joking
you
around.
get. I can't believe you let him get away with that.
Fantastic. That's why
Ridiculous.
it's De Niro week. He's fantastic.
Oh, please, it's about time we do some, Italian Heritage Week around here, please.
Finally. My whole family's
Losing,
been asking me, like, when are you going to celebrate our family's heritage?
we don't do it no more in this country. We don't celebrate Italians no more in this country. I don't know what ever happened to it, but please, where's Joe DiMaggio, Frank
Give me
Sinatra, Dean Martin?
Joe DiMaggio Day, please. May
He's way be
5th,
gone. Oh,
5-5. Joe
goodness
DiMaggio Day.
gracious.
Oh, that's Cinco de Mayo. I want to step on toes. 5-6 for the hit streak.
And 56
That
and
probably makes more
56,
sense.
56 inches.
Yeah, and his dong was
And,
56
yeah,
inches.
width and diameter.
Yes. What a major league dick. Uh no, the spider scene, that was the one I was trying to think of before. I'm gonna call it a nice scene and say the wedding scene. Very enjoyable. Just seeing everyone coming up with the envelopes. Everyone's, Peter, Paul, Marie. It's like it reminded me of my own wedding with all the Italian family members there. It's like the same exact thing. It was like they took footage from my wedding and put it on the screen.
Yeah, I must have forgot. I think I probably was sick that day because I don't think I was invited to that wedding. Again,
Uh,
you probably missed an
I don't
Italian.
think you were Italian enough.
no, that
Yeah,
was the
no.
thing. But
It's the
also,
cutoff.
we only had like 20 people there because there was a pandemic.
Excuses,
No excuse.
excuses.
I know. I'm sorry. If it
He's a,
happened today,
he's a little
you'd
insulted.
be
He's a
there.
little insulted. A little
Yeah, you
bit. You
insulted me a
insulted him
little
a little
bit.
bit.
A little bit. Insulted me a little
I
bit.
insulted you a little bit. I'm sorry.
A little bit.
I've been gone a while. I was
No.
just breaking your balls a little bit.
No, you insulted a little bit.
Uh, any more Ani mentions?
Yeah, please. I mean, again, I shot him off my Ani Mantra favorite character, but the Maury's wigs commercials, forget about it. I mean,
Fantastic.
already touched on it, so I got to give Maury some shine.
Him jumping backwards into that pool, amazing.
Ah,
10 out of 10.
please.
Yeah. He got, I saw in the trivia that Scorsese got the director of like a similar cheesy local commercial in New York to direct that for him.
Yeah, it reminds me of those Dr. Zismo commercials back in the day.
Thanks, Dr. Zismore.
Please. Um,
Fantastic.
again, I got to touch on it real quick. Again, the chemistry between Pesci and Carbone, when they go, please, I wouldn't even mention Sam Jackson.
Yeah.
When they go and kill him, and he tells him to take the coffee. He's like, "What are you taking the coffee for? I'm only kidding around. Put the coffee down." Guy's walking out with a kettle of coffee, and then even when they kill Paul Moore, and he's telling him to go, and he's like, "No," he's like, "I want to wait for the car to warm up." And he's like, "Get the hell out of here." They got a dead guy, and they want to wait for the car to warm up.
Uh,
That's a funny scene when they're all going to the car. They got Danish there? Yeah, they got Danish.
you think Maury's gonna make it too?
Eh,
I know.
Forget about
I
tonight.
always
Forget
forget.
about tonight.
He was just saying that just to throw him off.
Yeah,
you think?
It was the
100%.
same night.
Yeah. I think they were all having a good time. He didn't want him to,
You want to
know,
do it just then?
not just them, but he just didn't want him worrying. He wanted him to enjoy the night.
Fair. It's
Maybe
being a
there's
good
part
friend.
of maybe there's part of him too that he did in the moment. He was having such a good time. He's like, yeah, forget it. And then 2 seconds later, Maury said something. He's probably like, nah, fuck this guy.
Fuck him.
I'm not laughing at Maury's. I forgot that I'm laughing when I don't know where they are, bar somewhere, and Maury and Henry are talking, and you can see in the background just De Niro like just hearing the side conversation, and he comes up and he's like getting pissed, and he comes up from behind him, he chokes him out with the telephone wire, and Maury's freaking wig just blows off a little bit. I mean, that's a
Yeah.
fantastic scene too as well. I
Yeah.
forgot to mention.
That is a good one.
I don't know. It's just again, I've absolutely out of this world performance. I mean, he really just goes and just out of body experience with the character De Niro.
Yeah. You're right. All right. I mean, we probably could name a bunch of other ones, but I guess in the interest of time, let's move on. Should we play a game?
Play a game.
Benny, do it.
Where you going tonight, Frank? The Haiti is a game we like to play. Based on another Scorsese movie. That one was Catch Me If You. Oh no, that was Steven Spielberg. Never mind. That's because it was actually good. Catch Me If You Can. Never mind.
Oh,
Uh,
ouch.
no, it was as long as a Scorsese movie, but no, Catch Me If You Can with Leonardo DiCaprio and the famous, fantastic Christopher Walken. He tells his son, "Hey Frank, where you going tonight? To Haiti?" So this is just something we saw in the movie that was maybe completely unbelievable, a little out there, a pop culture reference, or just something we kind of wanted to bring up. Um, and yeah, in every week I started off. So I'll start it off with my first way gone tonight, Frank Tahiti, is them calling Idlewild Airport, which ends up becoming JFK Airport. So if you didn't know that, that is JFK. I know Robbie probably knows that because he's a big plane aficionado. He's probably watched planes land at Idlewild Airport. Did you know that?
Oh, please. Of course. Of course. I did go to, I did, took me, did 12 years to get my undergrad. So I do know a little bit about history and stuff like that. So
Yeah, and then later on in the film, they do reference it as JFK. So nice. That's a nice little detail that I liked about the movie.
Scorsese, who's doing that? Nobody.
Please.
Robbie, please go ahead.
My mic is jammed up. If you can go, if you can hear
Okay.
me.
You sound
We
fine.
can hear you. Yeah, you sound perfect.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, my way going tonight, Frank, to Haiti is the far-fetchedness of a couple things. It's um Dances with Wolves beating this movie for Best Picture. It is Kevin Costner for beating Martin Scorsese as Best Director. It is Ray Liotta and Robert De Niro not getting nominated for this movie. Take Awakenings out. Guy doesn't say a word the entire movie. I don't care about it. Get him off the screen and bring in Jimmy Conway because it's a better performance. I don't care if you got to put six guys like it's the 2010 NBA All-Star team and it's all Detroit Pistons. I don't care. Put him in the category. He deserves it. He wants it. And I have another Ani Mensch. My Ani Mensch, where you going tonight, Frank Tahiti, is for the cool guys, who do the cool takes like, oh, the Beatles stink. Scorsese stinks. Guys like that.
I didn't say he stinks.
Guys like
I didn't
that.
say he stinks.
I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying guys I know from the old block. From Bensonhurst. Guys like that.
Oh
I
my
know.
God. Oh my God.
Who I used nine good aprons on that one day.
Um, since this is a good pop culture kind of section, technically ish, I do want to bring up, you mentioned Kevin Costner. I've been catching up on some old Howard Stern episodes, and Kevin Costner was interviewed the other day. Oh man, do I friggin' can't stand Kevin Costner.
The worst.
I mean, we haven't said this phrase in a couple episodes, but man, talk about somebody who smells their own fucking farts. Kevin
Yeah.
Costner. He's so annoying. I can't stand him. So thank you for calling him out. He stinks. On the other hand, my guy, Bobby De Niro, I love the thing I love about Robert De Niro is he's very much like me in the fact that he hates Trump so much. Like anytime you see him giving a speech or he's like at like one of those rallies, he hates him so much he can never put a full sentence together or like convey a thought. He's always like, and this fucking guy, let me tell you about this fucking guy, a real piece of shit. And another thing, he's a fucking guy and he's a piece of shit. I fucking hate it. Like he never says anything. He just hates him so much that like he can't get a full sentence out. So shout out Bobby D.
Yeah, I do love that. That is true. Even when he did the Capitol Police guys and they were heckling him and he almost killed somebody in the audience. So that was fun. He couldn't get a thought in.
No, he just got so much hatred that he just can't do it.
I love it. It's De Niro, Italian American. What do you expect? The best in the business.
And he's a fucking prick bastard, this guy, all right?
Did he call him a rat bastard? Because that's like that's the worst one.
I think he has called him a rat bastard. I think.
Jeez, he really hates him then.
Oh, he hates his guts.
I think rat bastard is like it's not the worst thing to be called, but that's when you're called a rat bastard, that person hates you more than anything.
Yeah, contrary to popular belief, it's rat bastard, bitch bastard, and then son of a bitch. It's third, and that sounds like the worst one, but it's not.
Yeah, if you get the son of a bitch bastard in consecutive, I think that might be the worst thing ever. Even though Pesci does drop you fucking mutt you, and that might be just as bad as nobody uses that anymore either.
No,
I'm gonna start saying like fucko and mutt might just be coming into the vocabulary in 25.
Do you think he was calling him a
fucko?
mutt because he wasn't 100% Italian?
probably. Yeah.
Probably in that world, that might be the worst insult.
No, I mean,
Well,
look
you
how
speak on it, please. Speak on it.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm FBI, babe.
That's what I'm saying in that world. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, okay. I thought you were insinuating I was a mutt.
No, I'm talking about you. You're Italian. I want to hear you. Please
listen,
speak on it.
If you're not 100% Italian, I don't want to be friends with you.
Exactly. Look, Get out of my
Exactly.
face, please.
One of these. Give him one of these.
I like him. You rat bastard. You. I don't, who cares? I'm skipping my Where You Going, Frank, Tahiti tonight. I don't care.
Next week.
Robbie's was too good. That's perfect. Because the fact that anything won over this is ridiculous.
Yep.
Yeah.
Especially that
Travesty.
movie. Dance with Wolves, whatever. I don't dislike it, but it's not better than this.
No, not even close.
Son of a bitch bastard. All right. Are we playing working overtime or is he still suspended?
I think he's still suspended.
All right, good. Because I have another game to play. And I haven't come up with a name yet. Maybe we'll call it Son of a Bitch Bastard. But what I want to know is what's the most Italian thing in this movie? And for me, it is the shirt collars. Those pointy things that basically, like the tie, you couldn't even see the top of the tie. They were like,
Yeah. For me, I gotta go with Tommy's mom. That's the most Italian. That's the most Italian thing to me. It's what felt like home the most.
anything for you, Robbie?
Yeah, the most Italian thing for me is blowing up the Bamboo Lounge to get insurance money.
I also have to give Ani mentioned this to the apartment when he got out of jail and they started making coke money with the fucking wall that opened up.
Yeah.
With a
Look at
15-inch
this.
TV.
Look at this.
The electrician did it
Electrician
special.
did it special. Fantastic. Anything else from you bitch bastards that you want to say about Goodfellas?
I don't know. Whatever Mr. NYU film school wants to talk about over here.
I'll do it on my podcast next week.
It's
called
you bitch
Hate-
fucking bastard.
It's called Hating Scorsese.
Hey, please.
Uh,
Your slander has knows no boundaries. I'll tell you that right now.
So I'm a real bitch bastard.
For Scorsese.
I'm glad we watched this. De Niro, performance of a lifetime in this film. I mean, he's great in so many things, but perfect in this.
Yeah, fantastic.
So join us next week while we watch Casino. Maybe we'll take a break. We'll see. All right. Thanks for being with us. Hopefully you rat bastards enjoyed our nonsense. We love you. Thank you for the support. Robbie. Tell these bitch bastards good night.
Good night, you bitch bastard, son of a bitch. Just do me a favor. So, no. Over there. Down there. Yeah, over there.
I gotta go. I got something I gotta do.
Let the boy watch. Let the boy watch. He needs to learn the way I learned from my father. The way he learned from his father. Let